You wake up tired, not physically exhausted, but mentally heavy. Your body rested, yet your mind still feels crowded. Before your feet even touch the floor, you reach for your phone. Notifications, messages, videos, news, noise. Your brain immediately starts consuming before it even has time to breathe. And by the middle of the day, you already feel drained. Simple tasks feel difficult. Small problems feel overwhelming. You keep telling yourself you just need more motivation, more discipline, more energy. But what if that's not the real problem? What if your mind is not lazy, but overloaded? Tonight, we're going to talk about the silent exhaustion affecting millions of people every single day, the kind that sleep alone cannot fix. Mental exhaustion is different from physical exhaustion. When your body is tired, rest usually helps. But when your mind is overloaded, rest often feels temporary. You sleep, but still wake up feeling heavy. You take breaks, but your thoughts continue racing. This happens because your brain is constantly processing information, messages, opinions, notifications, short videos, endless stimulation. Modern life rarely gives your mind a moment of silence. And without silence, your thoughts never fully settle. They continue moving, consuming energy in the background, even when you are doing nothing. The modern world encourages constant mental activity. You are expected to respond quickly, stay updated, remain available, consume endlessly, and react instantly. Even moments that were once quiet are now filled with stimulation. Waiting in line becomes scrolling. Walking becomes content consumption. Eating becomes multitasking. Your mind never fully stops receiving input. And over time, this constant stimulation creates fatigue that most people cannot explain. They just know they feel tired all the time, even when they have done very little physically. One of the biggest causes of mental exhaustion is unfinished attention. Every notification pulls your focus away. Every interruption leaves part of your attention behind. You begin one task, then switch to another, then another. Your mind stays partially attached to everything at once. This creates cognitive overload. You may not notice it immediately, but your brain feels it. The constant switching drains mental energy faster than deep, focused work ever could. And because this has become normal, most people think exhaustion is simply part of modern life. Stoic philosophy viewed the mind as something that must be protected carefully because whatever constantly enters your mind eventually shapes your emotional state. If your thoughts are crowded with noise, urgency, comparison, and distraction, peace becomes difficult to maintain. The Stoics understood that clarity requires space. A mind constantly overwhelmed by stimulation loses its ability to think calmly, and without calm thinking, even small problems begin feeling heavy. This is why so many people feel emotionally reactive today. When your mind is exhausted, your patience weakens. Small inconveniences feel larger than they are. Tiny frustrations suddenly trigger anger or anxiety. Not because you are weak, but because your mental energy is already depleted. Exhaustion lowers your emotional resilience. And when resilience disappears, everything feels harder to handle. Notice how difficult silence has become. The moment there is nothing happening, your hand reaches for stimulation automatically. Music, videos, scrolling, anything to avoid stillness. But constant stimulation prevents mental recovery. Your brain needs moments of quiet to process thoughts properly. Without those moments, tension accumulates silently in the background, and eventually your mind begins feeling permanently tired. The Stoics practiced intentional stillness. They spent time observing their thoughts instead of constantly escaping them. They understood that peace is not created by endless distraction, but by learning how to sit calmly with yourself. In the modern world, this skill is becoming rare. Most people are constantly stimulated, but rarely mentally present. And the absence of presence creates exhaustion that no entertainment can fix. Mental exhaustion also affects meaning. When your mind is overloaded, everything begins feeling shallow. You consume more, but enjoy less. You stay busy, but feel empty. This happens because overstimulation weakens your ability to experience depth. your attention becomes fragmented, and fragmented attention struggles to feel fulfillment. You move constantly, but internally feel disconnected from yourself. Recovery begins with awareness. Start noticing what drains your mind. Notice how you feel after long periods of scrolling. Notice how much mental noise follows you throughout the day. Awareness reveals patterns, and once patterns become visible, change becomes possible. Most people remain trapped because they never stop long enough to observe what is happening inside their own mind. Then begin reducing unnecessary stimulation. Not completely, not perfectly, just intentionally. Spend small moments without consuming anything. Sit quietly for a few minutes. Walk without checking your phone. Allow your mind to exist without constant interruption. At first, this may feel uncomfortable, but discomfort is often the beginning of recovery. Your brain is slowly relearning how to rest. As your mind becomes quieter, something interesting happens. Your thoughts become clearer. Your emotions become easier to understand. You stop feeling pulled in every direction at once. And with that clarity comes energy. Not artificial stimulation, but genuine mental stability, the kind that allows you to think calmly instead of constantly reacting. Real rest is not only physical, it is mental, emotional, internal. You can sleep for 8 hours and still wake up exhausted if your mind never truly slows down. Peace requires moments where your attention is not being demanded by something outside of you. And in today's world, protecting those moments has become an act of discipline. The modern world benefits from your constant attention, but your mind pays the price for it. This is why protecting your mental space matters, because the quality of your thoughts shapes the quality of your life, and a constantly exhausted mind struggles to experience clarity, gratitude, focus, or peace. So the next time you feel mentally drained, pause before blaming yourself. Ask whether your mind has truly rested or simply continued consuming in different forms. Protect your attention, create moments of silence, and allow your mind the space it needs to recover. If this message helped you understand yourself more clearly, make sure you subscribe, because subscribing is free, and the next lesson may arrive exactly when you need it most.